all, welcome back to my channel. This is drshabashow, and on the show we talk about current events, we talk about feminism, we talk about men and women and dating, and anything that you would like to talk about. But today I want to talk about Tiger Woods. We all know who Tiger Woods is. We know about how he was married and he had a whole bunch of affairs and got into an accident, but he's been out of the news lately. However, on Monday, his ex-girlfriend filed a $30 million lawsuit against him. And it's really important that we talk about it, and I'm going to tell you why. But before we get started, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and also hit that notification bell so you can be alerted whenever I put up a new video. So let's get started. So I want to show you this clip first.
Here's Kano Whitworth.
Tiger Woods first started dating Erica Herman in 2017 when she was the manager at Tiger's Jupiter, Florida restaurant.
So he basically pulled her out of the restaurant to kind of start dating her.
6 years later, she's taking the 15-time major champion to court. According to a civil complaint filed Monday obtained by ABC News, Herman says when they first started dating, Tiger made her sign a non-disclosure agreement, an agreement she is now asking the court to render invalid and unenforceable. Find the scope of the agreement if any part is enforceable, citing, among other reasons, federal law, specifically the Speak Out Act, which nullifies non-disclosure agreements in cases of sexual assault disputes and harassment disputes. While the filing does suggest the case involves allegations of sexual assault or harassment, it makes no specific allegations against Woods.
Until we know what her rights are underneath this NDA, we won't know who her complaint is against.
Woods played all 4 rounds in the Genesis Invitational in Los Angeles last month after a 7-month hiatus, the same tournament he was a part of before his car accident where he nearly lost his leg in 2021. Herman there by his side. But the pair hasn't been seen together since last year's U.S. Open.
And David, Herman filed a separate suit against Woods Trust back in October, asking for $30 million, claiming that Woods' agents asked her to leave the home they were sharing together and then didn't let her return. David?
All right, Kano Whitworth tonight. Thank you, Kano.
So there are 2 things that I kind of want to talk about with this whole situation. The first one is he dated someone who was a manager at his restaurant, which is, a big no-no because she can't go back to that job. She has no money, to support herself, and she was basically living off of him. The second issue is she obviously signed this agreement early on in this relationship, and I commend Tiger for doing that because obviously he doesn't want to lose as much money as he did when he got divorced, because I think she walked away with over half, at least half of his earnings. Someone advised him to get something in writing, and so he did. Now the thing is, really there are 3 issues. Is, like I said, he did get someone to convince him to get her to sign something, which is great. However, when you take someone who lived a very average life as a manager of a store and you bring her into your world and you are a multi-millionaire, you take her to these beautiful places and she lives in this house that you and her share, a lot of women, once they get a taste of that life, they will do anything to keep that lifestyle. Anything. And I don't know what type of upbringing she had or whatever, but I'm sure it's nothing like what Tiger Woods had shown her. And so she probably, I'm just guessing, has talked to an attorney during the course of their relationship. And someone probably told her, this is a way that you can nullify your NDA if something were to happen. And the other issue is when you pull someone into your world that is less than, that doesn't make as much money as you do, they have nothing to lose while you have everything to lose. And then the final issue I want to talk about, I used to say that relationships and marriages can be saved as long as two people signed a contract. You know, a contract will tell you what you are expected to do and what the other person is expected to do. And if it doesn't work out, then you walk away with this amount of money, then you walk away with this amount of money. The problem is, do you see how this was a contract and she is finding ways to get out of her obligation of this contract? And it is so mind blowing. You know, what would a man who has means, why would he ever be committed to someone or even in a relationship with someone if he's scared that someone's going to take all of his money? And so we all know that the courts can be a little bit biased towards men. So that's the part that to me was mind blowing, that it was an NDA, but now it's being challenged. And so a lot of men are really looking at this case. And the last part I want to touch on is that the media said that the way that he broke up with her, or at least that's what she said, is that they were going on a trip together and she packed up all her things, and instead of going to the airport, they told her that you are, you know, being put out of the house and you are no longer in a relationship with him. So if that is true, I feel like she is a woman scorned if that's what's happened. And the other part of it is, you know, just like an employer is terminating an employee, you want to give somebody some type of dignity when you terminate them or when you break up with them. If that's what happened, then that is a reason, could be a reason why she's going to court and trying to get this $30 million. And so when you terminate someone, you give them a severance package to kind of walk away and not, you know, of course they have to sign something to say, yeah, we're not going to sue you. But if you give them an employee or former employee some money, they typically, you never hear from them again, you know, and especially if it's enough to, you know, hold them until they get their next job. You know, that's the same thing that he should have done here. He should have like given her enough money to find a place, you know, put some money down, you know, live a little bit, but still try to find another job, because she obviously can't go back to where she was. I bet you this $30 million lawsuit would have never happened. So that's my thought on Tiger Woods and this breakup. What do you all think? I would love to hear your comment. So please, thank you so much for watching. If you're listening to the very end, I really appreciate it. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and also hit that notification bell so you can be alerted whenever I put up a new video. Bye.